In a quiet kingdom at sunrise, a hopeful young girl named Ella lived peacefully with her father. She walked beside him through bright gardens, cherishing every warm morning spent together in gentle sunlight. Joy filled her days as he lifted her high, her laughter ringing joyfully through the air. But winter brought sorrow, and Ella's father fell ill, leaving her world suddenly fragile and uncertain. When he passed, the house grew silent, echoing with memories she wished she could hold forever. Soon Lady Tremaine arrived, carrying authority and cold ambition that chilled every corner of their home. Her daughters, Anastasia and Drusilla, stormed in loudly, filling rooms with chaos and inconsiderate noise.
Cinderella!
They instantly mocked Ella's appearance, turning her gentle presence into something they enjoy belittling. From that day forward, Ella cleaned ceaselessly, working tirelessly from early morning until fading dusk. Yet even in hardship, she shared crumbs with tiny friends who lifted her spirits each day. Ella's kindness never wavered, even when exhaustion weighed heavily on her wounded, hopeful heart. She retreated to her attic each night, dreaming quietly beneath moonlight streaming through dusty windows. News spread quickly when a royal messenger announced a grand ball for every maiden. Anastasia celebrated dramatically, convinced her beauty would capture the prince's attention completely and effortlessly. Drusilla boasted loudly, certain she deserved admiration more than anyone else in the kingdom. Ella held her mother's dress gently, imagining that she too might be allowed to attend. But Lady Tremaine responded with cruelty, assigning endless chores to extinguish Ella's small spark of hope. Ella worked on her dress anyway, guided by determination and the helpful pause of loyal friends. Her stepmother watched closely, planning ways to stop her dreams from fluttering toward possibility. Ella scrubbed terraces relentlessly, facing every challenge with quiet strength despite aching arms and feet. Even exhausted, she clung to hope, holding her unfinished gown with trembling yet determined hands. Her animal friend surprised her, completing the dress with delicate care and unwavering affection. Ella gasped with joy, overwhelmed by the kindness shining through every stitch her friends created. She twirled softly in the restored dress, feeling beautiful for the first time in years. But jealousy consumed her stepsisters, who ripped the gown apart, leaving her heart shattered completely. Alone in the hallway, Ella cried quietly, surrounded by torn fabric and unbearable disappointment. She ran into the moonlit garden seeking solace, tears falling faster than she could breathe. Overwhelmed, Ella collapsed near a fountain, whispering her hopelessness into the cold night air. Suddenly, golden sparkles appeared, forming a gentle figure glowing with comforting magical warmth. Her fairy godmother approached kindly, offering compassion Ella had long forgotten she deserved. With one graceful gesture, the pumpkin transformed into a dazzling carriage ready for adventure. The mice became elegant horses, strong and noble under the soft shimmer of moonlit magic. Ella's rags dissolved as swirling magic lifted her spirits and reshaped her destiny beautifully. She stood in a stunning blue gown, marveling at the brilliance of her glass slippers. With gratitude, she stepped into the carriage, ready to embrace a night of new possibilities. The castle glowed ahead, welcoming guests with music and lanterns sparkling in the night. Inside, dancers filled the ballroom, their movements reflecting joy beneath the shining chandeliers. When Ella entered, all turned in awe, captivated by her quiet grace and shimmering presence. The prince approached her with wonder, sensing something extraordinary in her gentle, radiant smile. Together they danced gracefully, losing themselves in a moment that felt beautifully timeless. On the balcony, they spoke softly, discovering warmth and comfort in each other's presence. They laughed together, forming a connection that felt natural, surprising, and wonderfully familiar. But the clock struck loudly, reminding Ella that magic would soon fade away. Startled, she realized midnight was near, and fear rushed quickly through her chest. She fled down the staircase, heart racing as she clung desperately to remaining moments. A slipper slipped from her foot, falling behind as she continued running breathlessly. She sprinted across the courtyard, her gown shimmering faintly as magic began unraveling. The carriage sped into the night until the final chime ended everything suddenly. Ella found herself alone again, holding the remaining slipper like a fragile memory. Meanwhile, the prince held the lost slipper, vowing to find the mysterious maiden. The kingdom buzzed as a royal proclamation promised marriage to the slipper's rightful owner. The duke traveled tirelessly, carrying the delicate glass slipper with great responsibility. Villagers lined the streets eagerly, hoping the slipper might match someone they knew. Anastasia and Drusilla fought for attention, convinced the prince would choose them unquestionably. Lady Tremaine welcomed the duke deceitfully, hiding her intentions behind a forced polite smile. Meanwhile, Ella remained locked in the attic, praying quietly for one final chance. Her mice friends noticed the key, whispering ideas as determination sparked among them. They climbed bravely, risking everything as they attempted to steal the key unnoticed. Together they dragged the heavy key across the floor, refusing to give up. They pushed it beneath Ella's door, offering her freedom when she needed it most. Ella burst from the room, hope returning as she rushed toward the stairs. She reached the duke just as he prepared to leave, calling out softly. Her voice surprised everyone, carrying sincerity that silenced the entire household. Lady Tremaine tried blocking her path, desperate to keep secrets buried. The duke presented the slipper, unaware of the cruelty surrounding Ella's imprisonment. In chaos, Lady Tremaine struck his arm, sending the slipper falling toward the floor. It shattered instantly, scattering heartbreaking shards across the marble tiles. Lady Tremaine pretended concern, hiding satisfaction behind her false dramatic reaction. Ella stepped forward, revealing the second slipper she had kept safely hidden. It fit perfectly, proving she was the mysterious girl from the enchanted night. The Duke bowed in awe, finally recognizing the truth he had sought tirelessly. Ella stepped outside, sunlight warming her face as villagers watched with renewed admiration. The prince rushed to greet her, joy radiating from his every breath. They embraced gently, relieved and grateful to finally be reunited. Preparations for their grand wedding began throughout the bustling palace halls. Banners and flowers adorned the castle as music filled every corridor. Ella walked down the aisle glowing, her glass slippers sparkling with each step.
With this ring,
the prince held her hands as they exchanged heartfelt vows beneath golden lanterns.
I be wed.
Cheers erupted across the kingdom as bells rang joyously for their union. Even her stepfamily watched quietly, humbled by Ella's unwavering kindness. Despite everything, Ella chose forgiveness, offering them compassion instead of resentment.
It is so wonderful
As queen,
to see all
she
of you
greeted
here
villagers daily,
Your
warming
kindness
hearts with
fills
her
my
gentle
heart with
sincerity.
joy.
Children ran to her joyfully, drawn to her kindness and glowing presence. She comforted a crying
Don't
girl,
cry, little
offering
one.
reassurance through her
Everything
calm,
is
steady
going to be
voice.
all right.
Villagers gifted her flowers, grateful for the hope she brought into their lives. Ella hosted festivals for children, filling the kingdom with laughter and vibrant colors. The prince admired her deeply, inspired by the kindness she carried effortlessly.
Thank you so much.
She delivered food to
You're
families
too
in need,
kind.
sharing compassion wherever she walked. Ella worked with gardeners, helping roses bloom under soft golden sunlight.
Hello there,
She
my
laughed with
little
her mice
friend.
friends in the palace kitchen, cherishing old bonds. Anastasia visited nervously, surprised to be welcomed with sincere forgiveness. Drusilla apologized awkwardly,
I was just so
relieved when
jealous of
Ella
you.
responded
Oh,
gently and
Drusilla?
without judgment. Even Lady Tremaine softened when Ella offered her a peaceful new beginning. Together they learned kinder paths, guided patiently by Ella's compassionate influence. Under her reign, markets flourished and music filled the streets with renewed joy.
Isn't this
Ella
just
and the
most
prince rode
perfect
across
morning?
sunlit meadows, celebrating simple moments
With you.
together.
Every
They
morning
shared
is-
quiet picnics beneath ancient trees, savoring the peace they had earned.
Once
Evenings
upon a
found
time,
Ella reading
in a
by the
faraway
fireplace,
land, a
comforting
young
warmth
prince
surrounding her
lived in a
softly.
shining castle.
The prince brought her tea, enjoying gentle conversations filled with affection.
Just like
Ella
that.
taught
Very
young girls
good.
to sew, inspiring them
Follow
with
the line
patience
with your
and
needle.
creativity. She watched proudly as the prince trained, admiring his dedication and
noble
strength.
protector.
Ella offered comfort to injured villagers,
It's all right.
radiating calm
Just rest
wherever
now.
she stood.
You are safe.
Together,
here.
they released lanterns into the night sky, celebrating hope and unity. Ella gazed over the shimmering kingdom, grateful for the life she now lived. Her fairy godmother reappeared briefly, smiling proudly before fading into golden sparkles. Ella revisited her attic, honoring memories that shaped her journey with quiet reflection. She preserved her mother's gown carefully, cherishing the love it represented. Ella released birds into sunlight, symbolizing freedom and the beauty of gentle beginnings. She created a children's library, filling it with stories meant to inspire young hearts. The prince surprised her with flowers, sharing laughter beneath softly glowing lanterns. Ella listened to elder stories,
that's what happened?
valuing their wisdom and cherished
I
life
can't
lessons.
believe it.
She planted seeds in the meadow, envisioning fields blooming with bright new possibilities. Villagers celebrated around a new fountain, grateful for Ella's uplifting spirit. Artists painted murals of peace and unity, honor Ella's warm encouragement. At night, she watched stars from the tower, feeling calm beneath moonlit skies. She and the prince danced alone in the ballroom, candlelight flickering gently around them. Morning sunlight filled the castle as Ella greeted everyone with
Good
genuine
morning,
warmth.
everyone.
Her glass slipper shone proudly in the hall, symbolizing courage, hope, and destiny fulfilled. Ella and the prince looked over their glowing kingdom, grateful for every shared moment. And so their story lived on, a reminder that kindness creates the strongest magic of all.